Sit.
Facing like this.
Slightly, yeah.
My thing will.
Yeah, what?
They will get my leg now.
And you have to cross your leg.
Okay, how do you want me to sit?
Okay, sit till you're comfortable.
I am comfortable when I cross my leg. Okay, like this. You know.
There was a time. I hope you're not very good.
There was a time.
I hope you're not very good.
Wait, yeah.
There was a time when my husband couldn't cross his legs because Jesus Christ. Because it was so big. Please don't start. Because
You're making fun of me in front of the whole world.
no, are you please don't record me?
No, wait.
So now that you can cross his legs, every time he has to cross. God. Okay. Stop.
Yeah, it's an achievement. Okay. I used to be very, very big, yeah. So I would see people like Obama. When they sit, they cross their leg. So I would try.
Gosh. Honestly, please. I beg you
So I will try, and then I'll fall over. But I really wanted to be able to cross my leg. There's just something so posh.
So now even in the car he crosses his leg.
Yes, so.
I don't know how many men cross their legs in their cars.
Well, maybe they don't have enough space between the back seat and the front seat.
Okay. Okay. Action.
So now that I can cross, then you are fighting about me crossing again.
I'm not fighting.
What are you doing? You are making fun of me.
I was making a comment that should this be...
You look good. I'm good crossing. Okay, where were we?
I don't know.
And guys, you guys did awesome. Last week, your comments, there was something else, I'm just even thinking of what can I do to show how appreciative I am of all of you just tuning in and sharing family time with us. I don't know, we forgot something to do.
Yes.
You have a mischievous, you see that look, you see, it's not a good look. When you have been married to somebody for nearly 30 years, you can read them.
28, that is 2 more years extra.
Okay, 28 years is not nearly 30. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, what was going on in your head?
I was just thinking about this almonds.
When did you know that thing was called almond?
When we got to America.
Oh no,
And I was shocked. You know why I was shocked?
You want me?
I was shocked because when we were young, like you said, we used to call it, when you said, I want to go and eat fruit, there was only one thing that was called fruit. But we didn't know that it was almonds.
I knew.
So
I knew.
He's lying. So the flesh, the flesh of the fruits would eat it, and then it would remain the core. So, okay, this part is a bit gross. So we would drop all the parts after you've eaten the flesh.
Then you break it.
Drop it. No. You drop it on the ground. Then you have to wait for it to dry. So after school, because people are always eating the almond, the fleshy part, there will be lots of dried, eating hardcore. Then while you're waiting for the driver to come pick you up after school, you would see various girls picking them up, the dry ones, and then use a stone to...
Just to get this thing.
Just to get out the fruits. So you can imagine my shock. When we got to America, I realized, fruit. These people... they didn't even go through the eating. They must just have had a really super way.
Anyway, so
getting out the fruit,
last week,
getting out the
we talked about things that annoy us, that we do to annoy each other. Today, we want to be nice. She failed the ice cream test, though.
There's a saying, you know how my husband always brings up all these irrelevant things that you can't really put in what we're saying. There's a saying in my language I'll say it in Yoruba and I'll translate myself. He says, "Aitete mole ole moloko." That means that because the farmer, the owner of the farm, was a bit slow in catching the thief caught him instead. So in the course of this week, this is the thief, the owner of the farm. So in the course of the week, our daughter came up. I was sitting downstairs. She came with a bowl of ice cream, and she offered me a spoon. And she moved it, and it's that one I liked. She moved it really close to my nose, but I was like, nah, I'm not eating ice cream. So she tried and tried. So she said, wow, I'm impressed. So she went upstairs to her dad. I could hear the conversation because I was sitting right there. I could hear him saying, oh, no. Why didn't you offer me ice cream? And you didn't know that she was filming you.
You know.
So he sits up and he takes a spoon of ice cream. And I'm thinking to myself, you see, this is the story of this man, the story of his life.
This is selective reporting. Yesterday night, you and I were sitting here watching TV. We had our dinner. And then they brought me ice cream. And I told them to bring for you. When I finished taking my own, I said, Taiwo, won't you take your ice cream? He said, I'll take it. You know, I like it to melt. I like it to melt. So why didn't you tell that story now?
Now, let me rewind to the beginning of that story.
Why is it my own story you are telling? Why didn't you? Am I lying? Yeah, I just wanted to know.
Why did he tell the story? He said that I broke the ice cream thing. Every time someone is going to the store, there is one person that shouts, please don't forget to buy the ice cream.
I don't shout. I say it with decorum and panache.
Even after he promised that he would not. So he doesn't tell the whole story. He tells the story like...
Why are you trying to do mago to cover the fact that you had ice cream yesterday?
Yes, I did, because now you had it, so I
now
thought...
you say, you see, you had it because I had it. You don't have self-control. Isn't that what you were saying last week? You don't have self-control. I have incredible self-control. So
much more than you do.
Why did you take it? Why couldn't you, when I took it, why couldn't you say, oh, you know what, baby, I don't want ice cream today? Why couldn't you say? Because
I calculated that, well, a week is up.
Kushe. Okay, let's be nice to each other today.
Okay.
Today, well, you've not finished eating that almond. You've been holding it for so long. Eat it now.
That's another thing. If we're eating together, let me just close my eyes and open it. He has finished the food.
The Bible says, be not slothful with business.
He can't understand why I still have 4 almonds in my hands.
Who does that?
I can eat it slowly.
Because of what? Does it get sweeter by not eating it at a go?
You remember one video where we did, I don't know if many of you remember, where I was saying, the very first time I saw my husband eat, okay, I didn't know it was going to be my husband, and I was horrified.
You were chasing me.
I was like, hey, is this how you eat?
Why are you chasing me?
I wasn't, because it will put the spoon in the food, and this does this. So, now, what was he eating? It was rice and beans with boiled eggs. I'm like, who eats? See, like this. So every time we did this, chew one swallow.
Why are you spoiling my reputation?
You understand how, even almonds, you understand how he eats. Anyway,
I don't swallow almonds. I take the almond.
Are you done? I still eat.
Well,
have you swallowed? All right, let's do all the cuts. Let's now do action. So.
Okay. So you are brilliant. You have just used that to kill that my story of ice cream. It's okay. That is good. Anyway, so today I want to look at what are the things we do to just make each other's heart go wah, shwah. You know those moments. I can tell you what my wife does. Let me start.
Yeah.
You know, my wife has all sorts of people in this house that can cook. Besides her children, she has her maids and people who can cook. But she doesn't think anybody is good enough to cook for her house. She will still go. I will tell her, no, don't go, because I'm not particular. You know, I will tell her, don't go. she still insists. Oh, for that, all your sins for ice cream are forgiven. In fact, to compensate you,
buy
I
me
will
more
buy
ice
you
cream.
more ice cream.
It's not fine for me. It's fine for himself. Why do I still like to cook for him? It's true that he doesn't fuss about it. It's not, he doesn't fuss about it. But like I said, I'm particular about his health. So I want him to eat healthy. In this corona period, most of the time, the children, run the kitchen. But if they're going to cook for you, if you're going to eat that food at 8 o'clock, if they don't start cooking it at 4, you will eat at 12 midnight. The ceremony is too much.
But it always turns out
you will hear them.
nice.
Yes, it will turn out, but you hear them talking. The boys,
And then
if
my
they want to
daughter will
talk
be
to
playing
you,
Korean music.
their voice is lower. They're like, I'm thinking of doing it like this. And I'm thinking, yes, good idea. We'll talk about it in the morning. But when they start, we will wait and wait and wait and wait. And we don't like to eat late. So for that reason, a lot of times, I will.
So it's not even out of love.
It is out of love because I don't want you to eat late. Because he doesn't like to eat late. So I will go.
Come, baby.
I will go. I will go and organize the food. Also because they're really doing a good job and all that.
Okay, what do I do that makes you go shwang?
You watch out for me.
Oh,
He always watches out for
that's
me.
ambiguous.
Always. He will ask me, my wife, is there anything you want? Tell her, baby, is there anything you want? Like yesterday, he said, actually, sincerely, in all honesty, my husband will go over and above the line of duty. Anything, I say, what do you want? Just tell me anything you want.
For me, probably the biggest. Everybody talks about, or I go out, at work, people talk about my family and all that. But I was away for a lot of time. I was, I'm always traveling, I'm working. So she made that family what it is. She's the home builder. And that one, I look at it and I cannot stop thanking you.
So sweet. The way I feel about that is, and that's the way I feel, and that's the way I think, we should. I feel that, I don't even feel, I know that my husband works very hard. Even in this period where we've been, locked down in the house, is up latest by 3 or 2:30. He's in his office, of course he will pray, read his Bible, and then he will work. As a family, we always have, we have this Bible study things that we do. We have it at 7:30 in the morning. By the time he comes to the room to check if I'm up, of course I'll be up, but I'm still in bed. By the time he comes to check if I'm up, it's like, at the earliest, it's like 7 or 7:30.
So we have Bible study.
And by the time we're doing Bible study, he has been up for on the average, 5 hours. He works 4 or 5 hours. He works very, very hard. So I always feel like the most I can do to appreciate him for all the work is to make sure that, that is, taken care of. Is I know it may sound small, that is well fed, that is happy. I always feel, and I've said this before, I feel that the one place where I feel personally that men should be allowed to be themselves is in their home, where they should have their guards down completely. And so I try to make sure that the environment at home allows my husband to be himself 100%. So he can get up all of a sudden and start dancing the craziest dances. One of these days we'll actually film him if we can manage without him seeing us.
Who is we?
We is me and all the children. If we can film him in secret. But that happens because is totally relaxed. It doesn't have to pretend, doesn't have to put up a show. I think that, and for me, I've tried over the years to make sure that the environment we have at home is one where it can be totally relaxed. I believe that we perform our best when we're at our most relaxed.
Excellent.
So I try
Thank
to
you,
make
baby.
sure.
Love you. So, guys, this is it. And, you know, I thought of this because a lot of my clients, a lot of our clients, you find out that maybe sometimes we do a survey with the organization and all that. And one thing they're always saying is, oh, when we do well, nobody tells us. But when we don't do well, the whole world knows. And I found out that being able to talk comfortably about your differences is important, but also being able to tell people when they have done well, you know, and appreciate and acknowledge what they've done.
Let me say also
Is
something.
very important.
There is something that I do. I don't know if I've done it recently, but I try to do it regularly. But I try to make it so totally random. I just send my husband a message and say, baby, just letting you know that I appreciate you, I love you, and all that. And I encourage the ladies particularly, just out of the blue, from time to time, just let the guy know, I see what you're doing. All the hard work may not always produce all the money, may not always produce everything, but that I notice the effort, you know.
And the guys too.
And from time to time,
it.
I'll just send him a message, and he will call me and say, what was that for? Sometimes when he's working, you know, before all this happened, before we're locked down, I will just think of something he did, and I'll send him and say, baby, just letting you know that I love you, appreciate the children, and I really appreciate how much you work. And he will say, I'll call you right back. Then maybe he goes to the bathroom and says, what was that for? Why did you call me? And I'll say, because I appreciate you, I love you, I appreciate, and I think that's important. I think that if we let, you know, our men know that I notice how hard you're working, I've got your back, I'm routing for you. I think that it encourages and gives them the oomph, the strength to go further.
But I think it works both ways. I think the guys also, you know, when they were courting, they knew how to write all those things. They knew how to do all those things. Then you now get married, and then you now let stupidity set in, you know. So I think it works both ways.
Yeah,
so guys, maybe you're in a relationship, or even you're not in a relationship, you're going to be in a relationship. This kind of feedback is so important on both sides, you know. And we don't just talk about the things that we don't like in an atmosphere of love, but it's also very important to show appreciation and talk about the things that you like.
Even show appreciation for the children. Excuse me. Recently, not recently, I think it was last year, we were in Kilifi, which is like our coastal home. And while in church, somebody mentioned about how an idea of how writing to your children and telling them how amazing, what you like about them. And you can do that for your husband and your wife as well. So I sat and I thought about all of my children. I thought about the things that they do that really touch my heart. And I took time out to write to Amide, I love you, I appreciate the way you do ABC. And I wrote, and I noticed that after I said, each one of them will call and say, Mommy, what happened? What happened? And they were so happy and so touched. You know, it may not look like much, you know, particularly at a time like this, you know, when we're all so close up and we can all see. It goes a long way to let them know that, you know, I appreciate that you do A, B, C, and D. I appreciate the little that you do that helps the home to run. So I want to encourage us to take that time.
Let's do that.
Not wait until Valentine's Day to buy chocolate and...
That's what makes it fake.
Just write. You don't have to buy chocolate. You don't have to buy...
But make it a culture.
Yes, yeah.
Okay?
Let them know that I appreciate you, I see you, I'm happy that you're there. That's important. Yeah.
This has been cool. I love you. I appreciate you.
I love you too.
Even though you harass me and I still don't know why you're still holding
I still have the almonds.
the almonds, I will never understand why somebody does that.
I still have the almonds.
But, it is well. Yeah. All right, guys, keep the comments coming.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you. We love
Very
you.
much.
And we thank you for being with us.
And we hope that this helps you also in your homes.
Yeah.
To make it, we want to be at home under lockdown and not be like, oh God, let this thing just end. I can't stand these people.
Yeah.
We want it to be that most of the time, it's a good time to
Amen
be.
to that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. God bless you. Keep winning and keep writing.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.